Good morning, Many Paths Spiritual Center. Welcome to the sanctuary, everybody. On behalf of Reverend Deb Moore, I'm Ryan Gill, and this is the Sanctuary Band. And we are in full force today. During rehearsal this morning, I thought, boy, this must be what driving a Ferrari is like. Right? Everybody say hi to Jackie, Jackson, Daphne, and Mary Grace. We're going to start off by singing two songs back to back. We're going to get our energy up and get it focused on having a great service today. So everybody stand up. Let's release and let go. There was a time in my life, thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, and my soul is flying free. I'm in the right place at the right time. I can be just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I can be just what I'm meant to Jazz hands. Jazz hands. My soul is welcome here. All right. Please be seated. All right, if there's any kids, they can go with Miss Steph. Have fun. All right, I want to give everybody an official welcome to Many Paths Spiritual Center, your spiritual home, right? We are a spiritual family, and this is our spiritual home. We're so happy to have each and every one of you here. You are here by divine appointment. Whether you knew it or not, whether you had any plans to be here this morning, there is a reason that you're here today. And hopefully, you received 3 things from this service. Number 1, we just want to love on each other, right? We just want to love everybody. Whenever somebody comes in through that door, that means they need our love, and that's what we're here for, to give them love. Second of all, we're here to provide a spiritual community for everyone, because we all come from different backgrounds, different belief systems, different ways of thinking, and we welcome that here. We want everybody to be a part of that spiritual community, no matter what your spiritual background is. And third, we hope you take home something that may enhance your spiritual journey, whether it's through a service, a class, an event, just by coming together in love, peace, and joy. We hope that enhances your daily walk. So thank you for being here today. We are a vibrant spiritual community, and as proof of that, I think everybody say hi to Julie. We've got some announcements. Julie, it's been a minute. That is the perfect shirt for Julie.
Hello, Many Paths. Good morning. This is Jelly. My coworker helped me name her, so it had to be with a J. And this is from the Frist. And the manager of the gift store said, I have the perfect puppet for you. So it's been a few weeks. So I went in there. I did a little quick funny video, as I always do. And I looked behind me, and 3 of the coworkers were just standing there scratching their heads. And I'm like, y'all must have caught me on camera doing my thing. But met them all, and they all started with the letter J. And I'm like, well, Jackie, Jackson, whoa. Who else? Okay, no. But it's good to see the entire band here, by the way. Oh my gosh, so Jelly's happy about that. All right, anyway, so I'll put Jelly aside a second. Stay right there now. All right. She's gonna nap. She got up too early on a Sunday morning. But anyway, if you can't see the shirt, it says Positively Fabulous, one of the Nashville Pride shirts, right? And there are others that are just as wonderful. But how many in here are fabulous? Raise your hand.
I hope so.
Everybody in here, 100%. We're off. If you didn't raise your hand, do it now. You're fabulous. Do it again, because you're doubly fabulous. Oh, my God.
Raise it 2 hands.
Oh, yeah, 2 hands. That's it. And do the jazz, yeah. So anyway, you know, at 58 years old, there's something about humility and being humble and all of that. But, you know, own your fabulousness. Own it every day. Every day. Reverend Deb has talked about this, and you know, and we have to be fabulous so we can be fabulous for other people as well. Mm-hmm. And we've got to start with taking care of our soul and taking care of our heart and making those decisions. I like to think that in my adult life, I've never been coerced. Lied to, but not coerced. And decisions sometimes are made that you're like, uh-oh, what? I was just playing around, what's happened? But kind of like, it happens a couple of times, like taking your windshield cover, you know, to protect the sun, you know, from the sun, and using it as a sled back in January. That was a bad decision. Was I coerced into doing it? Nah. I said, hey, I've got a windshield cover in my truck. Let's go try it. So then we started using catering trays at the hotel. I'm not going to get into that story, but anyway, it was a con, and we all had some fun down that hill. So anyway, we're all fabulous. Things are incredible. The weather, bring it. We're ready. Our AC's working, hopefully. I love all the tanks. We're seeing tank dresses, tank tops, Ben shorts. If you've not seen Ben shorts, great shorts. And I said, they look kind of like quilt-like, and if you've not seen the quilting exhibit at the Frist, go see it. Y'all, it's incredible. Also, Okay, time to start. All right. Nice clue, Crystal. Or Reverend Deb, slip of the hand. Beep. All right. I know what's what. That's it. I want to thank the Academy. Anyway, there we go. But anyway, hey, I know people. I don't brag about it, but I know people. I read people. Yeah. And I know many of you all do too, and you're telling me to shut up right now. All right. All right, so we will have, this is announcements for today. We have the right date, the 20th already. August is getting closer. When's Leo season start? Like in a couple of days, right? All right. I'm not happy about that at all. All right. So anyway, we'll have our next membership orientation on Sunday, August 6th, after the service. If you're looking for a place to call your spiritual home and a great community to put down roots, please consider deepening your commitment with us. The class will last about an hour, and a light lunch will be provided. Empath and HSP support group here at MPSC Saturday, July the 19th at 10 a.m. Join Frank and others as we deepen our exploration of our emotional and spiritual empathic gifts. Donation to our church, please. A pranic healing clinic will be held 4 to 6 p.m. on July the 20th.
That's today.
And that's today, right? Come at any time during those hours to experience and receive healing, energy healing. Bring your friends and family. This event is given for a financial donation, and all proceeds will be given to Many Paths Spiritual Center. It's a $10 cardio drumming rock out week for the happy class this Tuesday, a couple of days, July the 22nd at 6 p.m. Make sure you are signed up so that Steph can have a drum for you and be ready to have some incredible drumming fun. Join us Friday, July the 25th from 7 to 8:30 as we join the Satsang Circle. Please, or bring questions, concerns, joys, gratitude, or just presence. Just your presence is always enough as we share these truth and oneness in beloved community. Lunasad, community dinner and ceremony. This is Friday, August the 1st. Potluck at 6:30, ceremony and corn dolly craft to follow. Let us celebrate, sounds so much fun. Let us celebrate the wheel of the year's turn towards gratitude as we venture into the harvest time. We will have a community potluck and then a ceremony and create personal corn dollies to connect with the rhythm of Mother Earth. To sign up for the ceremony and corn dolly craft, please sign up in the front room or contact Frank, APPTS at thespiritchrysalis.com. So all of these activity or meeting links and contact numbers can be found. Where? On the website, weekly happenings, Google Calendar, or you can always email the church. Have a jellicious week.
And Frank wanted me to remind everybody, if you are happen to eat corn on the cob between now and August 1st, if you'll take your corn shuckings and your corn silks and put them in a Kroger bag, set them to the side or in your car and bring them with you, we will make our corn dollies out of that. You can make your own corn dolly out of your own corn silks and husks. All right? Well, I guess that means it's time for the monthly mantra. And what are we singing about in the month? Oh, sorry. We have the band back together. Did I mention that? I really want to sing.
I was standing up and sitting down. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, John.
Welcome to Many Paths Spiritual Center. I'm John Martins. And this reading is right on for me. I think of a lot of my life, I've heard the saying, let go and let God. But many times, the older I get, I let go or I have trouble with circumstance. And then a few months later, a year later, I go, oh. That's why that happened.
It's supposed to be letting go.
Yeah. Because God was all over it. Okay. Let's start this by taking a deep centering breath. Today's centering thought is, I let go, let God, and I have faith. Trying to do everything myself can be exhausting, but relying solely on the divine can feel as though I'm not doing enough to help myself. And yet sometimes it seems no matter what I do, I have no control over the situations in my life. I find perfect balance in the activity of surrender when I let go and let the divine presence within me give me the knowing that it is in control. It is this place of cooperation of my human spirit and nature and harmony that keeps me balanced. Staying on my spiritual path and being an active part and participant of my spiritual community keeps me motivated and confident on my journey through life. I take useful action and do what is mine to do in my spiritual community and the world around me. When I feel complete in my outside efforts, I can let go and release my thoughts and concerns and believe that they're enough. I have faith that the creator of the universe is bringing life together and including me on a divine path. I can look past experiences and look to them and see where I trusted the divine to know that I was in good hands. So I trust my guidance to deliver me on the right path and direct my steps. I let go for the best outcome in this way. And now, let's please repeat these affirming statements after me. I make a positive contribution to my world, my spiritual community, and the world around me.
I make positive contributions to my world, my spiritual community, and the world around me.
I find the perfect balance of activity and surrender when I let go and let God.
I find the perfect balance of activity and surrender when I let go and let God.
I let go trusting that the best outcome is on its way. And so it is.
So it is. Yeah, that did hit right. Mm-hmm. So, what are we singing about this month? For our monthly mantra, it's the month of July, and we're singing about freedom, right? Freedom to walk our own spiritual path, freedom to love whoever we choose, freedom to come together in spiritual community. We love to talk about freedom here. So not only are we going to talk about it, we're going to sing it. So let's all stand up and see if we remember freedom. And guess what? You get to hear it with the whole band today for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Freedom, we're talking about freedom. Freedom, we're singing about freedom. Freedom, we're talking about freedom. Freedom, we're singing about I lived my life for many years from a place of doubt and fear. Then I remembered why I'm here, and I embraced my freedom. Freedom, we're talking about singing about freedom. Freedom, we're talking about freedom. Freedom, we're singing about freedom. I've made some mistakes, I've acted a fool, trying to live by others' I got my own bag of tricks, my own band of cool. I'm living in my freedom. Freedom, we're talking about freedom. Freedom, we're singing about freedom. Freedom, talking about freedom. talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about respect, that's what we have to give. If we want love, that's what we have to live. If we want forgiveness, then we have to forgive. Then we'll know we'll freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Walk your path of freedom. Please be seated.
Ooh, y'all are on fire today. It's great energy in this room today, let me just tell you. And one of the things I love about the music that Ryan has picked for this month is it's really kind of two ideas that go hand in hand. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. I am only here for God. And when I do that, I live in freedom. That is the doorway to freedom. That is the path to freedom. So I want to invite you to take a moment with me and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Blow out any tension that you feel in your body. Send your body the message that it can just completely let go. Relax. Send your mind the message that for right now it can completely let go. Whatever worries it's nibbling on, whatever judgments it's clinging to, set them aside. Whatever you are worried about is not made better by your worry. Whatever you judge is not made better by your judgment. Let whatever is rolling around in your mind just be. Don't push it. Don't pull it. Don't try to stop your mind. Just let it be. Whatever you're holding to in your heart, whatever you're attached to in your emotional experience, just let it go right now. Don't worry. You can pick it back up again. But for right now, just let it go. we feel it no other place. Let us feel in this moment together true freedom in the stillness, in the silence. I have one power that I know for sure. I have the power to let go. I have the power to remove those things which seem caught on me like fish hooks. I have the power to step away from my judgments, to hold lightly my ideas, my beliefs, my opinions. I do that because I want to live free. And when I live free, I am my most natural, beautiful, radiant self. And so it is.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your love
Did y'all know we have the whole band back this week? I know, right? Isn't that exciting? They all sound so great. So great. This is the season of vacations. So many people are going on vacation, and all of us looking so radiant and relaxed. Isn't that nice? So we're starting a new series. Ken, you didn't miss anything. Ken was worried we started a new series last week when he was out, and nope, we're starting a new series today. So let me just tell you, recently when Nikki and I went on a cruise, we got off at a cruise port. Some of these ports, you know, sometimes you get off like in the actual town, and sometimes there's just like a town that has sprung up because the cruise ship stopped there, right? And so this is a cruise port in Mexico called Costa Maya, and I got. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I got. Your incredibly brilliant and witty minister is incredibly vulnerable and susceptible to getting got. That's when I go to India, I don't buy anything without JD negotiating the price for me, right? Because I get got. So I got. And I got by this sweet little guy, this wonderful little gay man in Mexico. I got with phrases like, "Oh, you have lovely skin," and "I love lesbians." And so that gets you every time. And then when he said, "If you don't mind me being honest, we need a little help under the eyes." And so by this time, we'd formed a relationship. He was okay saying that, right? And so Nikki and I went in this little skincare store, and we got sat down with this guy and another gay man. I think they did that on purpose so that we could bond. And so he did this little treatment under both. Leave it there for 10 minutes. Gave us these little fans to blow on our face. Leave it there for 10 minutes. Took it. Look at each other. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. You look fantastic. I swear it's taken 10 years off. And it kind of did. I was kind of like, yeah, this is good stuff. How much do you think you would pay for something like this? It's like a facelift in a tube. It's like a facelift in a tube. And I was thinking to myself, like, $29.95. That's what I'm thinking. And he says, this lasts a whole year. It's going to cost you twice as much in the States. It's only $250. Right? It's about that big. Right? It's about that big. $250. And I bought it. I mean, I got, right? And we'd formed a relationship. I couldn't let him down now. We're pals. I know, right? I mean, I got. Nikki was over there going, oh, girl. And then what I didn't know is that, and I don't know if this is just for tourists or if it's for the entire country of Mexico, but there's a 16% sales tax. So it was $290. $290. I almost brought the tube with me to show you. But let me just tell you, it comes in a really fancy box. A really fancy box. But here's the thing. Ever since I spent $290 on one tube of stuff, here's what it bought me. It didn't just buy me that tube. Because I'm coming home, I'm going to use that damn tube, right? I'm going to get my money's worth. And then it made me go, you know what? I think you need to do a mask. Let's get on Amazon and let's buy a little mud mask and do that. And you know what? You deserve it. You treat yourself well. Let's get all new washcloths and hand towels. And let's start a whole skincare routine at night. And by the way, your periodontist gets on your case every time you get your teeth cleaned, so let's just make it a whole tooth dental hygiene routine. Let's rinse with the peroxide and the mouthwash, and let's do the whole thing, right? Let's get into the self-care of it. That's what I've got for $290. I got a change of mind. Thank you so much. I want everyone to notice under my eyes when you, okay. It changed my whole mindset about this. That's what I got from getting got. And so I came back and I thought, you know what? This has been a really important, it reminded me to take care of myself. And it reminded me to not only take care of myself, but you know how sometimes you're laying in bed at night, and you're like, I really need to brush my teeth. I could wash my face, but I'm really comfortable. But to reframe your mindset about that and to say, you know what? I look forward to this time I get to spend loving myself. I look forward to this time I get to spend taking care of myself. I put on my ear pods and I listen to a little podcast and I'm in the bathroom for like, I don't know, an hour and a half. Nikki's like, honey, have you moved in there? Is that? But it changed. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about self-care. This is going to be self-care summer, self-care for the soul. And I remember, I'm old enough to remember when spiritual circles didn't talk about self-care. And then when it came along and self-care became kind of a thing, and all of a sudden people are going to massage school and people are becoming acupuncturists and people are going to spas and they're springing up all over the place. And we got into this self-care idea. And then I even remember when spiritual circles started pushing back on that. We've created this kind of self-centered approach. It's become too self-focused. We're not focused outside. So I think there's a good balance to that. But I think we still have to talk about self-care because the whole, the central, for me, the driving commandment that I have is love your neighbor as yourself. And that implies that you have to love yourself in a healthy way, in a non-toxic, that's the way you love your neighbor in a healthy way. This is about loving yourself in the purest, healthiest way. And so we're going to do a 4-week series on self-care, bubble bath. That is the poster child for self-care, is the bubble bath, right? And so our self-care series is going to focus on this. Today, we're going to talk about letting go. Look how perfectly that fits with our theme so far. And then next week, of course, this is when you go to a spa, you have to kind of let go of your life, and then you go check in, and then you make some changes because transformation has to happen, right? Like the change that took place when I dropped $290 and decided, you better get your money's worth out of this. They better change your life for the next year and a half. And then finally, we'll focus on bathing in peace, making the shift and getting ourselves to the point where we are reminding ourselves to come back to that place of peace. So we start today with letting go. Letting go. It's probably the hardest thing. I think it's central to everything we talk about in spiritual circles. I mean, Buddhism is completely built around it. I could talk about letting go every week for the rest of my ministerial career, and that's enough, right? Letting go, letting go, letting go. And a lot of times people they push against this. I remember the first time I heard this concept early. I was probably in my early 30s, I don't know, and someone said, you gotta let go, you gotta let go, you gotta let go. I was like, I'm not sure I want to let go of everything. That's always kind of the pushback. I like this part of myself. I don't want to let go of it because I had some misconceptions about what letting go meant, right? And so one of the things I want to do today is spend a few minutes looking at what letting go is not. It's probably the best way for us to understand what true letting go is. So first one is this. Don't think of letting go as losing or giving up. Letting go can more accurately be defined as changing my relationship with, right? I'm letting go of this worry. I'm going to change my relationship with this worry. I don't want to be in worry anymore, right? I'm letting go of this misunderstanding. I'm going to change my relationship around this misunderstanding. Right? We're not losing it. We're not letting go. It's not going away. And that's a perfect picture there, that idea. Because, of course, in relationship, you could be in relationship with this bird, and you could hold it tightly, right? When I used to have chickens. I know I've come a long way from chickens to someone who spends $290 on stuff that goes under my eyes. I used to have chickens, and chickens, you can pick up a chicken by putting both hands around their wings. and you pick them up, and they can't do much. There, you got them right there. And I used to, I'd have to catch them. Sometimes they didn't want to be picked up that way, and I'd have to catch them and pick them up that way. But then I noticed that when I was in my big chicken coop that I had built, that I probably spent $1,400 building a chicken coop. So I didn't have to buy eggs, right? And so I would be in the chicken coop, and I'd be leaning over doing something like this, and all of a sudden, one of the chickens would be up on my back, right? Just of their own free nature. And those were always the most beautiful times. The most beautiful times. I wasn't grabbing onto it. I was just letting it come up there, right? I didn't hold the bird. I let the bird rest in my hand. I changed my relationship with the bird. When we were in Roatan and we saw the monkeys, the guide told us before we went in to see the monkeys, he said, now here's the thing I want to tell you. He said, the monkeys are fine. Yeah, somebody says, of course, do they bite? And anybody who's worked with animals at all knows the answer to that, right? Does it have a mouth? It can bite, right? If it has a mouth, it can bite. Do my coworkers bite? They could. They could, right? So he said, listen, they'll be fine. They won't bite you, but don't reach for them. Let them just jump around on you. And he said the younger ones would probably be fine. They probably wouldn't do anything. But the older ones, we take care of them. We have them see a vet, and they associate being reached for with getting a vaccination. And so they get nervous and jumpy. And so don't reach for them. Just let your relationship be easy. And I think about that. Stand up for a minute for me, Jackson. If we were in a relationship together, and we are because we know each other, we're in a relationship with everybody. Put your hands up like this. And I wanted to hold on like this. And I was like, we're in a relationship. I'm not going to I got you, man, I got you. And we're all bound up here. And notice this, not only is he bound up, I'm bound up. He can't hug me, I can't hug him, right? Because I'm holding on so tightly. But when I let go, we don't necessarily move far away. I'm always so afraid someone's going to move far away, right? You can sit down, thank you so much. I'm so glad I use him as my prop every Sunday. But that's not freedom. These kinds of holding on, it's changing your relationship with. It's easy to see this on a physical level, but the same dynamic happens on the emotional and the spiritual level. We hold our emotional bird in a death grip and then wonder why it doesn't fly, right? We hold it in this death grip and then we wonder why it doesn't fly. Well, we need to change our relationship with it. This past week, some of you may be familiar with this person. There's a poet who kind of became, I think, famous on the interwebs during the pandemic and beyond, when so many people became famous on the interwebs. Her name is Andrea Gibson, and she passed away this week. She was a wonderful poet, and she died at the age of 49 from ovarian cancer. And she brought a lot of wisdom. Thank you to TikTok and Instagram and all those places where we can share so easily with each other. She brought a lot of wisdom. And one of the first times I was introduced to her was a reel that she did where she talked about 5 pieces of counterintuitive advice she got that changed her life. And interestingly enough, this week, as the news of her passing has happened, that reel came out, like it popped back up for me. One of the very first ones I saw. And this is what she says. I won't share all 5, but one of the things she says is this. If you want to feel safe, this is counterintuitive advice she got. If you want to feel safe, stop trying to protect yourself. Now that's a little bit scary. Don't walk away from me now and say, well, Deb told me to leave my doors unlocked, right? Deb told me to make myself vulnerable to everybody who can come along. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when we are so focused, so attached to, so holding to our safety, that we are creating in us the fear. We are creating in us the panic. We are creating in us an unsafe position. Because when people start to feel fear, there's a natural lack of safety that exists there, right? If you want to feel safe, stop trying to protect yourself. Let go of the fear that's bound up in all the what-ifs that cause you to constantly look around trying to make yourself feel safe. It's counterintuitive. And in the same kind of way, if you want to hold on to something, you let it go. You release your grip on it. Years ago, I had a friend who was a singer-songwriter, and she was singing in this bar in Nashville. It wasn't a typical singer-songwriter bar because there you shut up or you leave. They'll make you leave, right? But it was a different kind of bar, and people were talking. There were several different bands that had been playing. This was a long time, 25 years ago. Several different bands had played, and people were just talking, not paying much attention. And my friend was going to get up to sing, and I knew that hers was the kind of music you needed to pay attention to. You know, some music you can kind of just have on in the background. You needed to pay attention to her music. And I thought to myself, man, what is she going to do? I'm trying to think of her most upbeat, attention-grabbing song. What is she going to get up and do to try to get this audience? And it got to be her turn. She got up on the stage, and she started singing her softest, most tender, most beautiful, most lyrical song. And by the time she got halfway through the first verse, the entire room had quieted down, right? She made them listen to her. It was counterintuitive. How do I get them to listen to me? Let me speak a little bit more softly. Let me sing a little bit more softly. It's kind of like the way people who really know stuff are the first to say, I don't know, right? It's one of the person who never says I don't know is maybe masking a fear that they don't know, a fear that, that imposter syndrome kind of thing. This counterintuitive approach works in our spiritual development as well. Shunryo Suzuki says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. The best spiritual teachers I've ever known always go back to, let's focus on the breath. When we start down the spiritual path, we often think, we hear these stories about people, these monks have meditated so much, they literally levitate off the ground. I want to do that. I want to do the levitation thing. Well, the I want to do the levitation thing is immediate evidence that you are on step one. Just with I want, step one, right? Just focus on just become one with the breath. Just stay there. Start there and stay there. Just become one with the breath. It's counterintuitive, but you change your relationship to it. Second thing that it's not comes from our friend Jack Kornfield, the teacher. To let go does not mean to get rid of. To let go means to let be. Let be, get it? And I think about that. How many of us could do that? Just sit there and let a bee sit on our finger. Ken could. I had no doubt of that, Ken. Just sit there and let a bee sit on your finger, right? I remember after I saw the Matrix movie years ago, I remember one time I was out working out in my yard, and there was this wasp that came along, and I'm standing there going, there is no wasp. There is no wasp. And it didn't sting me. I will say that. But to just let it be, to let go does not mean to get rid of. He goes on to say, when we let be with compassion, then things come and go on their own. They just naturally come and go on their own. This is to enter into that spaciousness, that emptiness that we talk about. It allows us to change our relationship with our response. Now, this is a biggie. It's one thing to change our relationship with people, with situations, but to change our relationship with our response to people and situations, right? You know that when someone, and this is going to be a mic drop moment here, get ready. Did you know that when someone does something that makes you mad, that you could choose to not be mad? You really can. I know that seems hard. You can choose. Where's Margie? Where's Margie? There she is. When you're in a bitchy mood, Margie, you know you can, trust me, I'm not picking on Margie, we talked about this earlier. You know you can not be in a bitchy mood. You know that. I know you know that. It is possible to have a different response to something. A lot of times when things happen in our life, it's like we've got this giant cartoonish emotional toaster that just pops up the very first emotion that we can think of, which is usually the last emotion we had around that situation, and we grab it and we go, I get mad when this happens. There's a lot of traffic, I get mad, right? Somebody said something that feels disrespectful to me, I get mad. I take it personally. I get angry. I get all wrapped up in it, and guess what? Ooh. I am holding on to that so much. I'm holding on to my own response, my right to have that response, right? I have the right to be mad about this. Yes, you do, darling. You grip that as tightly as you want to. But when you want to be free, let's approach it in a different way, right? I wonder what would happen if instead of anger, I responded to that moment with compassion. What if I responded to it with giving someone the benefit of the doubt? Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. With no response. Just letting there be no response. This is tough work. This is the spiritual work right here. And this is the stuff that can sometimes take years, right? What if I just practice? Just practice. You know what? Because every single time, I'm here to tell you this is the truth. The more I practice letting go of having a negative response to something someone does that pisses me off, the more that I decide just not to even have that response. The more that I practice it, and I'm like, it's fine. Oh, bless their heart. I'm sorry they're having such a bad day. The more I let go of it, the less those situations come to me. Or maybe I just don't notice them because I no longer have a reaction to them. I just don't have a response to them. Letting go of expectations of someone's behavior is one thing. That's like level 1 spirituality. I can let go of someone's my expectations of their behavior. But letting go of my attachment to my own knee-jerk response, that's spiritual maturity. Letting go of the attachment I hold to the emotions that arise in my being, because my emotions are not me, they come and go. And I don't have any control over them. They come and go, right? And so how do I respond to them? That's where the transformation happens. Muji, my man Muji says this, if we pay too much attention to things, we keep on seeing things. If we pay attention, more attention to the space in which things come and go, then you stop seeing things and you'll feel just a harmony with the space itself, right? Somebody says something that pisses you off, that is just something that came along. Something that came along into the space of your beingness. Things, people, coworkers, traffic. If we keep paying attention to them, expecting them to be different, relying on their common sense as we understand it, right, attached to our response to the way they keep messing up, we will continue to be bound up. Do you want to live that way? I don't. Because part of this is about making the decision, you know what, I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't want to be unfree anymore. I don't want to be subject to your behavior anymore. I want to be free. It's like going to a movie in the theater. What is happening on the screen is not actually happening. I know. It's not actually happening. If you took your eyes off the screen and looked around, even through the dimness, you could see the other seats, the drapes hanging on the wall to muffle the sound, the aisles, the popcorn that you spilled, right? You can see all, that's the reality. Sometimes if you think about it long enough, it seems even a little weird that we pay money to go sit in a dark room for 2 hours. Now, we get entertained, there's a show, I get it. And if the filmmaker is good, maybe they managed to make you feel something. You had an experience in there, you felt something, you experienced something. But then the lights come on, you stand up, you turn to your friend and say, okay, so are you up to getting something to eat? You want to do that? Okay, let's go do that. Because you know that it's over, it's done, right? Everything that happens in your life is like a movie screen. Oh, so-and-so said that thing that made me feel disrespected. Just a movie. It's just a movie playing out in front of you. Just get the popcorn, right? Okay. Let's just watch. Let's just see. Third thing that letting go is not giving up control. Letting go is realizing you never had it to begin with. Right? There's a Chinese proverb that says, you can't push the river. You can't push the river. Anybody been whitewater rafting? I know you have, Ken. Never mind. All right. It's a bunch of you have. All right. Awesome. I've been whitewater. There's a wonderful river in West Virginia, the New River Gorge. Beautiful place to go whitewater rafting. And I've been whitewater. It's the most fun I've ever had sober. I got to be honest with you. But anyway, I debated whether to say that or not, and then I thought, what the hell? So here's the thing about whitewater rafting is, you know, when we think we have control of the life we're living, when we think we have control of other people's behavior, even our own response to the behavior, we think we have control over all this stuff, it's as if, anything outside of us especially, it's as if we're saying, I can tell the river what to do, right? And when you go whitewater rafting, you might know that even with an experienced guide, that boat could flip. They tell you what to do if the boat flips. You got an experienced guide, but you also got 8, what do you call them? Not tenderfoots, landlubbers, whatever you want to call it. You got 8 folks on there who think they're cool because they're going whitewater rafting. And we don't know that they're going to paddle the right way when he says paddle that way, right? And you can flip that, or the water's just watering. It's doing what water does. And that boat flips. You don't get mad at the water. The water's just doing what the water does, right? You see it as something outside of you. Other people's behaviors are just rocks and rapids. They weren't put there to tick you off. It's just their nature, right, at that moment. It's just them being what they are in that moment. And maybe it's the way your water rushed over them that caused them to put up an obstacle anyway, right? Now, so we don't have control over a lot. We have control. I don't think I have control over anything, quite frankly. I can influence, I can lean in the direction of trying to alter my own response to it. I can nurture and prepare the space, right, for having a better response. But I have to do that work to allow that to happen, and then it happens on its own. There's a little bit of a problem with this idea of control. So those of us who came up through unity circles and a lot of different spiritual circles came up with this idea right here. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. This idea that if you think it, you can become it, right? The law of attraction, the secret, think and grow rich. All of this kind of manifest a parking space. That was like the baby manifestation. You're going to the mall. This is how old this is. People went to malls. You're going to the mall and it's really busy. Just start manifesting a parking space, right, in your head. And giving us this idea that we have total control over our lives. We're co-creating our lives, so we are in control over it, right? There was someone years ago used to say if I would say anything negative at all, they'd say, well, affirm that 1,000 times, see what you get. And I want to go, I know what I want to do 1,000 times, but it's not affirming that, right? This idea, because it started to get toxic, and anything not held lightly gets toxic. Anything we grip to, even this, we have to be willing to let go, willing to change our relationship, even to this part of manifestation, because this is also true. Some things just happen. Sometimes beautiful, heartfelt poets die at 49 from ovarian cancer, right? Sometimes babies are born with physical problems, right? I saw a kitten this week, a kitten that had been born that has 2 faces, another face on the side of its face. And I was sitting there looking at it going, oh my gosh. You know what the kitten was doing? The kitten was just kittening. Hey, I don't know which eye it was looking out of. But it was just kittening, right? Having a big old time. Some things just happen. And I don't ever want to be the minister that stands up here and says, oh, just keep wrapping it with positive thoughts. Let's manifest a better outcome, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, because some things just happen. We live in a natural world that is subject to natural laws, right? And sometimes things just happen. I was listening to a podcast this week. A man was talking about his journey with cancer, as a matter of fact, and he was talking about he's a man who believes in the power of positive thinking and the power of manifestation, things like this. And he said, I remember the moment when I was told that I had cancer, when I thought to myself, why me? And he said, almost immediately, something came from outside of me, whether it was God, whether it was whatever. There was a voice that came to me that says, why not you? Why are you special? You're part of the oneness of all of us. You don't somehow get it and then suddenly you are immune to all the other crap that everyone else deals with, right? You're part of this whole thing we got going on. I don't mean to, I don't want to be negative or anything, but that's just the truth. It's just the truth. So I turn to the Upanishads for a little bit of wisdom to kind of wrap this up today. The Upanishads are Sanskrit Vedic texts. They're the latest addition to the Vedas, and which means they're only about 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old. These were attempts to take Vedic wisdom and kind of turn them into teachable takeaways. Different teachers would take the Vedas and say, well, now let me make it understandable for you. So to me, the Upanishads are some of the most understandable of the Vedic text. Upanishad means sitting near a teacher, right? It actually just means like connection, but over time it's become sitting near a teacher. And so here's some wisdom from various Upanishads. They don't all come from the same ones, but I want to share these with you. First, you can only truly let go when you understand that Supreme Being pervades everything. Your very self is not different from Supreme Being. As one in all, what are we holding on to? And that's why we go to that emptiness, that space inside so often in our meditations, because remember who you are is key to this. When I remember who I am, I remember that I'm one with you. And when you piss me off, I go, oh man, we both got work to do. And if I change my response to you, I might have the opportunity to not only heal myself, but heal you in the moment too, right? And it's not because I'm better than you, or I'm bigger than you, or I'm more advanced than you. It's because we are one. And if I don't heal you, maybe you'll heal me, right? Together, we'll heal each other. If we are all one, why do I need to cling to anything? Second, Upanishadic wisdom. If you want to understand the supreme reality which pervades all, let go. Move from your own center. Expand. Let all creation become part of you. When we say move from your own center, it's move from your own egoic center. Move from your own perceptual center. The way I see the world is the way the world is. And step out of that into the oneness and see the all, see the whole, right? Let all of creation become a part of you. Let go of your own individual experience. Those opinions, those ideas that we absolutely hold to. What if you just went, I'm just going to hold that lightly for a little while. I'm going to let go. Maybe my perception could be expanded. Number 3, those who dwell on and long for sense pleasure are born in a world of separateness, but let them realize they are the self and all separateness will fall away. Let me talk about this sense pleasure for just a second. As long as you're on this planet and you have senses, you're going to have sense pleasure, right? So yesterday I ate an early lunch and I knew we were going out to dinner, and I was by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon ready to eat the couch, right? I was so hungry, and I was saving it because I knew we were going to Longhorn because Nikki's obsessed with their strawberry shortcake, and so we were going to Longhorn, and so I got there, and let me tell you, that was the best meal I ever had. I was so hungry by then, it was like, and I ate every bite. Have you ever been so hungry, truly hungry, that like I ate every bite of the salad, the steak, the Brussels sprouts, and I got dessert, ate every bite of the dessert, right? Every bit of it. Sense pleasure, but here's the thing. That's why we continue to go back into the place where like, let me separate. That's just a thing. That's just feeding my body. That's just quieting my body down, so that it doesn't get in the way, right? And I can go back to the place of the true self with a capital S, and all separateness can fall away. And I can be one. I can let go of all of that. All of this, it must take a long time. Huh? We meditate and we learn and we read and we grow and we let go and we wake up the next day. We do it all again. And we let go and we let go and we let go. There are things in my relationship with Nikki that I've had to practice the letting go of my own response to. Any relationship. That doesn't say anything about our relationship except that it's a relationship. Every relationship you have, every friendship you have, you got opportunities to practice letting go, letting go, letting go. And definitely over years of time it gets better. And I mean, it can take a little time. But I also want to give you this. This is kind of paraphrasing another Muji thing too. If a room has been kept in darkness for 1,000 years, when the door opens, does it take 1,000 years for the darkness to leave? Darkness is immediately defeated by light. Instantly, at the speed of light, right? Immediately defeated. So that's also possible. The letting go can be that quick. So you might let go that quickly and find out tomorrow you have to do it again. But just know that the freedom that comes from letting go can come that quickly. That is bothering me today. You know what? What if I just decided it's not going to bother me today? Right? Whatever it is that's bothering me, it's just not going to bother me. I'm letting go of it today. Sometimes I have to act as if I don't exist on the planet for a whole day. Like, what if my feelings about this thing were gone from the whole situation? I wonder what it would be like. Let me just step right out of it. Like, my feelings are not even part of the equation anymore around the whole situation. That's a great exercise for letting go. So let me give you some homework. You got some homework this week. You ready? Love yourself enough to let go of one thing this week. One thing, whatever it is. And it may come to you immediately right now, or you might be like, I don't know. It'll come to you. It'll come to you maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Something comes up. If you notice anything, one way of identifying this, by the way, anything that grinds your gears, anything that makes you a little, anything, you know what? There's an opportunity for me to change my relationship with this. There's an opportunity for me to just let this be, to realize that I cannot control it, and I would rather be free. Namaste.
I just wanted to chew on that for a little bit. Can I have a drum roll, please? Say hello to our new sign. Isn't it pretty? That's our new sign. Thank you, Crystal, for helping us with that. We're slowly embracing our new name and who we are as a new community. It's so incredible to witness this on a weekly basis, coming to classes, coming to events, the way we throw a killer potluck, right, as we did last week. I'm so enjoying seeing this community to come together, and so often I'm talking to you guys and you go, you know, I have a friend that I think would love to come to Many Paths and experience this community. And I say, bring it on. And a perfect time to do that is going to be in September when we have Friendship Sunday. We're going to have Friendship Sunday, and it's all going to be about our friends and hanging out with our friends and having fun with our friends. We're going to do some fun things. So if you're thinking, hey, I've got somebody that I want to invite, I mean, you can invite them next week, right? You could, that's okay. But if you want it to be a special occasion, we're going to do it up big for Friendship Sunday. So all of that is rolling out as we speak, and it's so fun to watch. I wanted to remind everybody that we are totally dependent on your donations. And if you want to give your paper products, there's a blue vase there in the back for checks and money. If you want to give via PayPal, there's a QR code back there for you to give via the interwebs, as Deb calls them. Can we not say that anymore, please? The interwebs. All right. And also want to remind you guys that on Tuesdays, our What's Happening newsletter comes out that keeps you reminded of all the events and everything that's coming up. So if you've not signed up for that, you can sign up for that in the front room. And if we don't have anything else, let's all stand up and say our closing prayer together. Daphne?
All right, all together. May I stay true to the path that leads me to the light that is mine to shine. May my life provide help and kindness to others on their journey. May I bring peace to every situation,
Comfort to the grieving and love to all beings.
May my heart remain centered
On what is sacred to my soul.
and
So it is. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Whoa, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine all over Goodlettsville. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week, and we'll see